Welcome guys to Forever Stranded Lost Souls. I am a fairly lost soul right now. As you might know, this is not vanilla Minecraft, but I will tell you, I've got some things for you if you guys aren't very familiar with vanilla Minecraft. First of all, Jansey, what are you doing here? How did you get here and what are you doing? We're playing a mod pack right now called Forever Stranded Lost Souls. This is a pre-released version of the mod pack, but it will be out very, very soon for people who are interested to play along with us. So that'll be in the description when it's down there. First of all, I am very lost. We are stranded in the Nether, and we crashed our ship, but do not fear. I've got a bunch of friends known as the Cobblenauts here to help me, because of course I'm lost in more ways than one. I've crashed the ship, and I haven't been modded for quite some time, and of course having a whole bunch of very skilled individuals, modders, YouTubers will be helping us to get ourselves to survive and to thrive in this place. Now, right now, I'm playing on the server, of course, with the Cobblenauts. If you guys don't know who these guys are, that's what the video description's for. Click on that and go check these guys out. And I think it's very important to check these guys out because I missed the beginning. I missed this whole entry into this place. And it was quite an interesting entry, to say the least. And I've watched a few of those guys' videos of how it happened in the beginning. And trust me, you want to know what's going on. So click on some of them, go check them out. And of course, I will tell you now, you guys are going to love it. If you don't know modded, of course, a lot of people from my channel, if you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. But a lot of you guys won't know about the modded sort of things, and I would say, you know what? Give it a try. Before you know, there's system collapse right there. Before you do anything, give it a try so you know what you got going on. And by the way, let's get started. How about we know what is going on here and what this whole pack is about, and we'll walk into the ship over here just to be a little bit safer, although I feel pretty safe right now because of reasons. Check out the first episode and you'll know. In fact, this one over here is actually purely thanks to a person named Nemson who has helped us out with this mega torch over here. I swear that used to be called the magma torch, or not magma torch. Leave me alone. Something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. But let's get started on this. All right. First of all, we've got a book to help us out. It's actually a Game Boy Color, but it is going to help us out to get ourselves through this pack, and kind of a survival guide for us to work with. And for someone like me who is very unfamiliar with mods because it's been a long time, I'm pretty rusty, this is going to be fantastic. So it's got a whole bunch of quest lines where we could go through, collect some stuff, and it kind of just guides us through, holds our hand through a few things before we get released into the wild to go crazy playing with this mod pack. So that is one cool thing, and I'm going to go through a whole bunch of these things, just some of the grindier bits, get them out the way, and we can do some really exciting stuff. There we go, we've run through a bunch of those things, and I'll quickly give you an update on where we're at and what we've done so far. So basically, I'll go back here, this is your quest book. As I was saying, it's pretty cool for someone like myself, and hopefully many of you guys who have never tried modded, which, as I say, give it a go. It's a bunch of fun, it's a completely different game from vanilla, and of course, this episode, I'll definitely tell you guys, try it out. So, basically what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've completed a bunch of things, doing a lot of things that you would expect to do. For instance, making a hatchet out of flint, a little bit of a different thing. Getting these very basic things done, because there's a few differences. For instance, when you break gravel, you're going to get piles of gravel. You're going to have to craft them into gravel blocks. A few things are different from your standard game, of course. And the way we've done this is just kind of worked our way through there. And it's been pretty nice, just getting the correct amount of food. Not a lot of food, a good amount of food. I even got some delightful meals. Look at that, some burgers from these very, very lucky loot chests. And I've got a few here. We may as well just have a bit of fun opening them. But I've just been taking for my rewards, because you can pick your reward. You can pick a chance cube, a loot chest, actual stuff. I've just been choosing this over here. There we go. Lime luminous blocks, blue luminous and white luminous. See, just cool stuff like that. What else do we have? Wooden axle, okay, and a wooden gearbox. Lovely. I'm not yet familiar with those, but we sure will be. Ooh, double compressed cobblestone. There we go. Some more cobblestone. And over here, some basic drawers. Now that's very, very useful. Those are these drawers that we're storing stuff in around here. And in fact, there's a very weird block that I've come across here, which of course many of you guys will find it kind of normal, but the small storage crate it's a fairly large thing to me, if you ask me. I'm scared to see what the large storage crate looks like. This thing is monstrous. But yeah, we've been pretty much just sharing our base around here. Everyone's stuck in this together. We're all trying to work our way out. System collapse is still on here, trying to get stuff done, doing a little bunch of things. And I was speaking a bit earlier to him about what I want to do in the server, and Currently, well, what do we need on the server? What could I put my guest time towards? And currently, food seems to be something that we don't yet have an easy way of getting. We've got obviously the wheat over here, which was a lucky thing. That realistically wouldn't be the normal thing. But the only other way to get food currently is through these, breaking these things here and picking up these Cinereus spores or Cinereus spores. I'm probably messing it up, but you can see that gives a little bit of hunger, which is kind of useful, but we need a better way. And of course, this delighted meal, which I think is quite delightful, was just a lucky thing. So what I've decided to do is just go through until we can get some stuff opened in here that we could potentially use to make food. And I've just completed this one here, worm food, which was to cook 5 silkworms, which, as I say, if you guys are following along, the book does a pretty good explanation of what we need up there. So if ever you guys are playing along, get stuck, just read through that. I haven't yet ran into an issue with that. We did run into a little bit of a bug, but of course this is before this pack is actually released. So that's a good thing that we run into it before. So basically around here, we needed to go to getting foods and getting these books. So a lot of modded stuff over here is about getting ahead of yourself. So getting things automated, looking ahead and trying to achieve something while putting the stuff that you've kind of done to be automated and not have to deal with it a bit later. So that's I guess that's the plan. So we wanted the Cooking for Blockheads book, and we want to see how we get these Cooking for Blockheads book. That's Cooking for Blockheads No Filter Edition, and that's a recipe book. I don't know what the difference between these are. How about we do that? So we need a book, and for a book we need blank patterns, which we can make, and paper. For paper, is there an easy way to get this? Bonsai trees. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Well, I saw something over here about bonsai trees. Whoa. Right around here, and I wasn't really thinking much of them, but I guess I'm gonna have to go down this. So if I could get a bonsai tree, hopefully that could get me paper, and the rest of the stuff should be pretty simple to get us on our way to getting some food. I don't even know what we're gonna find down this path over here, but I'm sure it's gonna be very, very helpful and very, very good. We have continued to progress, and it is in fact a brand new day. What has happened is a few people have been on. They've organized this place. We were standing right there right here when we finished the last clip, and now we're back here and everything's changed. Now, I did run into some issues with this. First of all, bonsai trees. Completely different thing. We can see the bonsai plant over here. This is actually just a dark oak bonsai, and this was not me. I've not yet done anything awesome. So, back to our challenge. We need to get some food, and I'm a little bit lost, trying to figure my way out, and I came across the fact that we have over here, when I was struggling to get a cool way of getting food, I noticed that we are getting quite a few apples from this bonsai tree over here. And I thought, that would be pretty awesome. It's a pretty simple setup. The bonsai tree on the storage drawer controller, which basically puts all the items into these drawers next to him. That's kind of useful, and I got an idea. I thought, let's go check through this way and look at what apples can do. And when I looked at apples, you can see some of the uses for them, sorry. You can see that apples over here, I'll find one one here, the smelting. When you smelt an apple, you get a cooked apple. And it is ridiculous. Look at that. 4 haunches of hunger and 64 saturation. Now you can see my saturation is ridiculous. So I thought, let's go do this. I think it's a pretty ridiculously overpowered way of getting saplings, of getting food. I will admit that, but you know what? It's going to work for us. And by the way, there is obviously people have gone ahead, figured ways out of getting infinite water sources, getting infinite cobblestone, stuff like that. Really, really cool stuff. And I'll explain to you as we're going what has happened and how we've got this far. But of course, for people like myself who, well, I mean, I've got some knowledge, I guess, in mod packs, but yeah, it's been a while. We may as well go through the way we're going to be doing this if we didn't have the lucky start of getting this ground like this. So let's just put down one of these barrels and start getting ourselves a little bit of dirt. So you can see that we're composting some dirt. Oh, we need one more of these, I think. Let's just get 2 for good measure. Saplings, and we'll quickly put them around here. So for us to get this system to work that oh, sorry, it's completion. Never mind. There we go. All right, so for us to get the system to work, basically what we're going to do is we're going to need a few hoppers. We're going to need to be able to make this bonsai, and that's why we need that. So let's go bonsai over here. And we actually want to go to this hopping bonsai plant. But what we need first is we need bricks and we need some dirt. And bricks are, as you would expect, pretty simple. Clay made from, well, you break up your clay like this. Thank you. And we're just going to be making these guys into some bricks. build up that bonsai plant, and then once we've got that, I've got a few different ingredients, I guess, to make this thing work. We're gonna have to put them all together, and what I'm gonna need to do is also get myself, for this hopper that we've got here, and a few more hoppers, some iron. And the way you get iron is, of course, through sifting. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, obviously it teaches you all this stuff in the book. But you could do some cool stuff. For instance, speed up your time. Make your sand or your gravel or whatever you're using into compressed stuff. And just like that, you can kind of should be able. Oh, sorry, wrong sifting station. Right here. You should be able to just do it through here and get a whole bunch of different stuff, iron and things along those lines. Where are they going? Are they going in here? Oh, now that is impressive. This microscopically small storage crate here, right here. So basically, I'm not too sure who made this, but I saw a bit earlier, Chosen Architect was on here, busy working away at this, and I saw this grindstone over here, which I do recall from back when I used to be quite the modder myself. And basically, what this is doing is, as this is grinding down these iron chunks, it's just making them into a little bit more. So we got one in there. Let's just do this for a little bit. Turn it around manually. We still haven't got anything going too good for us in terms of automating these things, but we're still nice and early. Look at that. Bam. 2 pulverized iron from that one. So we're basically just doubling whatever we get here. And that is very, very useful. So I'm just going to sit here for a bit, get a bit of iron, get a bit of dirt, build up some things, and I'll show you this hopefully genius idea. We've got ourselves a lot of this stuff all sorted now, and one thing I've noticed is just how slow stone is produced. I'm actually going to smelt up a bit more cobblestone because I've taken a bit of stone out of these chests over here, or the storage drawers, and man, stone takes forever. So one thing I was wrong about here, by the way, is I think this doesn't always give you 2 times, but it gives you close enough to it, I'm pretty sure. And also, I think I'd put some sand through there, which was the reason it wasn't going in here, because I don't think it was actually filling that up. I think it just didn't do anything. But in the end, gravel worked for me there, and also so did dust for me to get some of this redstone. But how about we start off with this stuff? Of course, we've got to work our way backwards, starting off with some of the things that I'm aware that we will need, so we can get one of these. But for these, we need some other stuff. We need a bit more stone, I think. What do we actually need for that? What is holding us back? Let's get those 2 comparators right over there. There we go. That was holding us back. So we need the 2 comparators and one of those, or anyone really. I guess that's not real. Actually, you know what? I think I'll put one of these in, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be more useful to me. There. Perfect. So we got the draw controller over here, and that's the same as this thing. So anything I've got on me, in fact, I don't think I need this redstone anymore. I could just double click on that, and they'll just take everything out of my inventory that could go in these, but I'll just keep it on me for now. So that's the first stage. The next thing we need to do is, I think I've got everything on us for one of those bonsai plants, or the bonsai pots. Perfect. And also, we're going to need to make ourselves a hopper, which is significantly harder than you would, more difficult than you would think, I guess. Because look at this. When we look at the recipe for a chest, we've got to do a bit more stuff. We've got to make that immersive craft chest with an iron ingot, and then we got to just get. I mean, it's not that hard, but it's a little bit more difficult than your standard vanilla way. What is going on here? I'm going to try click on that. I feel cheaty now. Why did I do that? Okay. Let's throw that away. I feel like that's okay, it's gone. I don't even know what happened. Yeah. Oh no, there it is. I may have been cheaty there. I don't know what happened. Ignore it. How about we put these together? We've got ourselves the hopper that will be able to put stuff into that. And let's go build this somewhere else. I found a nice little house over here somewhere that was lost. And I'll put this out of the way. You know what? Let's just put it around here for now. I don't know what this... Whoa. What just happened? That is crazy. All right, so I'm just going to put this back here. How about we just put it back here? We won't worry too much about that. First of all, we need to put one of these. In fact, I'm going to put this over here somewhere. I'm going to move it. Okay, this is going to take a while. So the idea is we are trying to automate the apples, of course. We're going to automate apple production, apple smelting production, just pretty much everything to do with the apples. And I've also realized we're a bit short on these chests. So what I need to do right now is, of course, I've kind of brought you guys in. I think we'll just get the stuff we need together, and then we'll build this thing once and for all. We have all of the things we need, all the components we need, I'm pretty sure. And I think we'll get started basing this around the furnace. That will probably be the most logical way to do it, because that's got a few inputs, a few outputs, and I guess we'll probably want to use the least amount of space, make this as efficient, not that we really need it, but make it as efficient as possible. So that over there, because we're going to have the furnace outputting down there, that will be any of our outputs, so the cooked apples. Then we also need our fuel source and the apples themselves to go in there. All right, so this is, I guess, in my opinion, probably the best method to go around this. And of course, by the way, this pack, I think we're going to run into a bit of trouble here when it comes into the skills, because I think we need 5 building to be able to put stuff in here. Let's try this out. No, I don't. Okay, interesting. Don't worry about that. That's fine, because I had a little trick that I thought I was going to use to get through there. Alrighty, so we'll put in over here, that'll be the apples. This over here will be anything else. There will be fuel, except for saplings. We can do a separate one for saplings. And then, of course, we need the bonsai in here. So the bonsai, I guess, could go in probably... Oh, I've just reorganized my inventory by pressing R. Alright, so the bonsai could go in probably around here or something. I don't know. Wherever. Wherever's really... It doesn't really matter. Yeah, so we'll put that in over there. So bonsai, where are you? There we go. So that's the hopper bonsai. And we've also got the apple sapling. And if you want to know how to make that... Oh, that looks cool. That looks really cool. If you go there, you can just see there's the way you make it. Just apples and trees, which is actually pretty simple to get early on, I guess. So that over there with also, I guess we'll have to make one specifically for saplings. We'll go there. And this will have some issues. I've got to get these things to each have their own inputs, so that basically certain things will only go to certain places. Now, how is this going? Let's wait for a second and see how this goes. It should just plant a bunch of stuff in different places. Come on, grow tree. I love these things, by the way. Look at that. Look how cool. This is an awesome block. It's just really cool. Things growing in there like that. Okay, there we go. Apples. Now, what I think will happen is when I place this apple, it falls out. Yeah, that's a pity, but we are cooking an apple right now, so we can fill up our hunger. This is where we're going to need something pretty cool, and I recall this from way back when I used to go around in the modded scene, do my stuff, and I do recall these storage drawers having this over here, the drawer key, which requires us to do that. We do have enough stuff for those. Perfect. We need the key. Can we make 2 of these, please? 1. Alrighty, so I guess I'll just have to get a little bit of stuff from here. We've actually got 2 of those. I'll just steal one of those. They'll be very useful. It's for the greater good. We will have those there, and we will get this like this. Alright, so this is a pretty cool little tool. And what that'll allow us to do is, I guess if I've got more apples on me, it'll make my life a little bit easier. Okay, that is perfect. That has locked everything. Alright, so let's see what happens now. I don't think everything came in there. So we can, I guess, set these to what we want. Those are things we need. So we can put the apples in right around there. We will put in that one there. I actually think I might just do a full chest. So I'll deal with that one when it comes. So we'll put that one there. And we'll put sticks in over here. So basically everything that comes through, all the sticks should go in there. All the apples should go in there, I would imagine. I'll make sure that will be a full one with the saplings. But there we go. And we can also, I guess, lock that there. Not that that's really important, but look at that. 2 of these guys. This is where it gets a bit ridiculous. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of ridiculously overpowered stuff like what this is, and I hope this does get put down a little bit. But you can't help but look at a really good idea and use it yourself. How many are in there? Nothing? Yeah, okay. We'll just get rid of this one here and fix it up to make sure it's just any extra stuff, being saplings realistically. In fact, I think if I... Oh, well, I guess I need that there just to make this thing work. But I was going to say, I think if I just left it, it may very well just void off the saplings. But that's all right. We'll just do that there. One of these around here. And that can be left open. That's fine. They'll be left open. And it looks like we've got ourselves a pretty passive, but... I mean, 2 apples... That's going to last you for a long time. If this is just running for a while, we're not going to have any trouble at all with food, with this little setup over here, which I think is a pretty good setup. I think it's not too bad for the first day back into modding, I guess. And of course, I think it'll work very, very well for myself and for the other guys. I'll let them know about it, and let's see if they think it's a bit too overpowered. So before we go any further, guys, there's a lot of cool stuff here. There's a lot of awesome stuff you can learn if you guys are getting into this. If you want to know about the pack, for instance, people doing the cobblestone generators, doing all these compressed sieves and stuff like this, just everything around here. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff on everyone in the descriptions channels. Everyone's working really hard over here. So thank you very, very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed something a little bit different. We're going to be doing this, having a bit of fun. It's really refreshing for me, and I hope it is for you guys. So thank you very, very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.